The scariest thing in the bedroom after 60 isn't age. It isn't wrinkles. It isn't gray hair. It isn't even the changes in your body. The scariest thing is the silence. The silence when you want to reach for your partner's hand, but something inside stops you. The silence when your heart longs for closeness, but a whisper in your head keeps echoing, "Don't fail again." Every night, thousands of men over 60 lie next to the person they love, carrying this quiet fear. They don't talk about it. They don't ask for help. They turn over in bed. They pretend to be tired. Or they scroll on their phone, hoping their partner won't notice. But inside, the fear grows louder. And it isn't just about the body. It's about shame. It's about self-doubt. It's about the painful feeling of not being enough. John, 65, from Arizona, knew this too well. He hadn't lost his manhood, as he once told himself. What he had really lost was his confidence. After a few nights where things didn't go as planned, John began pulling back. At first, he blamed work. Then, he avoided intimacy altogether. His wife grew distant, but neither of them spoke a word. Finally, John admitted, "I'm afraid of the moment I have to prove myself." That fear alone was enough to steal what mattered most: connection. On the other side of the world, Mr. Nakamura, 62, from Japan, went through the same struggle. One ordinary night, he couldn't get an erection. His wife smiled gently and said it was okay. But that single moment carved itself deep into his memory. From then on, fear rushed in before intimacy could even begin. His chest tightened. His palms sweated. And instead of warmth, he longed to escape. He said, "It felt like walking into an exam unprepared, with the teacher waiting to expose me." Slowly, avoidance replaced closeness. And the distance grew wider with every silent night. Two men, two countries, the same story. And if this feels familiar, know this: you are not alone. What John and Nakamura experienced has a medical name: sexual performance anxiety. It isn't weakness. It isn't failure. It is fear. Fear that your body won't respond. Fear of disappointing your partner. Fear of not living up to what you believe a man should be. Why does this happen, especially after 60? Part of the answer is physical. Testosterone levels decline. Blood vessels stiffen. Conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure become common. All of this makes erections harder to maintain. But the heavier weight comes from the mind. Society repeats the belief: a real man must always be strong, always perform. And just one night of disappointment can shatter that belief. So what's really happening inside the body when anxiety takes over? Normally, in a relaxed state, the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and restore mode, takes control. Blood vessels open. Circulation flows. Erections happen naturally. But when anxiety hits, the brain flips the switch. Suddenly, the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, takes over. Heart rate spikes. Adrenaline floods. Blood vessels tighten. Instead of preparing for intimacy, your body prepares to run or to fight. And the mind remembers. One failure plants the seed for the next. Next time, instead of relaxing, your brain whispers, "Remember last time? Don't mess this up." You start monitoring yourself, questioning every reaction. Researchers call this spectatoring, becoming a spectator of your own body, instead of a participant. And the harder you watch, the harder it is to let go. Mark, 68, from Texas, described it like this: "It feels like I'm on stage, with a spotlight on me, and thousands waiting for me to stumble." That pressure alone raises cortisol. It lowers testosterone. It decreases dopamine, the very chemical that fuels desire and pleasure. Anxiety leads to failure. Failure leads to more anxiety. The cycle tightens like a noose. This is why many men tell themselves, "I'm weaker now." But that isn't true. The truth is, your brain and hormones are driving the wheel. And once you understand this, you can take back control. So how do you break free? The solution isn't about proving your manhood. It isn't about showing strength on commit. It's about changing how you see yourself and how you experience intimacy. First path, change your beliefs. In cognitive behavioral therapy, men are asked to write down their fears. I'm afraid I won't get an erection. I'm afraid I'll disappoint my partner. Then they're asked, is there evidence that you must be perfect every time? Of course not. Fluctuations are normal. Accepting this truth lifts a huge burden. Second path, sensate focus. A method by Masters and Johnson. Remove the goal of sex. Focus instead on touch, on presence, on connection. Couples start with holding hands, hugging, breathing together. Step by step, intimacy returns without pressure. Third path, mindfulness. Anxiety lives in the past and the future. I failed last time. What if I fail again? Mindfulness brings you back to the present. Just 5 minutes of slow breathing before intimacy quiets the nervous system and relaxes the body. Fourth path, daily foundation. Light exercise, some strength training, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, less alcohol, less smoking. These aren't just lifestyle tips. They are medicine. They improve circulation. They balance hormones. They lower stress. And they lift your mood. Fifth path, communication. The hardest but the most powerful. Say it out loud. I feel anxious. I'm afraid I'm not enough. Vulnerability feels risky, but it transforms everything. Your partner stops being an audience and becomes an ally. Sex stops being a test and becomes what it's meant to be, connection. And yes, if physical conditions interfere, modern medicine can help. Drugs like sildenafil improve blood flow. But remember, pills treat the body. The mind and the heart still need care. Harold, 70, once thought his intimate life was over, but he tried again. He exercised. He practiced mindfulness before intimacy. And he opened up to his wife. Half his burden disappeared from that one conversation. He said, "Once I stopped treating it like an exam, everything felt natural again." So how do you put this into practice? Here's a 6-step roadmap. Identify. Notice when anxiety shows up, what thoughts appear, how your body reacts. Change beliefs. Remind yourself, one off night doesn't define you. Sensate focus. Start small. Touch, hug, breathe together. No pressure. Mindfulness and breathing. Take 5 minutes before intimacy to relax your system. Care for your body. Move, rest, eat well. Reduce alcohol and smoking. Seek help if needed. If anxiety lasts more than 3 months or hurts your relationship, talk to a professional. Think of this journey as building a bridge. Each step is a brick. At first, the gap feels wide. But with each brick, the two sides, you and your partner, move closer together. John, the 65-year-old from Arizona, followed these steps. After 2 months, he sat beside his wife and said, "I don't need to prove anything. I just want to be here with you, fully." And in that moment, the fear faded. Because intimacy was never about perfection. It was always about presence. If this story speaks to you, remember, you are not broken. You are not alone. You are human, and there is a way forward. And if you want to take the next step, stay with me. In the next video, I'll share 3 simple techniques you can try tonight to quiet the anxiety before it begins and to bring back the natural intimacy you and your partner deserve. This is just the beginning of the journey, and I'll be here to walk it with you.